and diagnosis. Okay, cancer detection and diagnosis. Okay, cancer detection and diagnosis. Okay, early detection of cancers is essential as it allows the disease to be treated successfully in many cases. So that means if you are able to identify the cancer in the early days of development, okay, or early days of transformation, okay, it is okay, we are able to cure completely. Okay, the treatment can be given in a proper way so that we can treat the cancers. But okay, if you are unable to detect in the early days, if it is became after okay, if you have discovered after a long time, okay, it is very difficult to treat in that condition. So early detection of cancers is essential as it allows the disease to be treated successfully in many cases. So cancer detection is based on a biopsy. That means a small tissue. That means okay, the okay what okay the area where you find okay where you are finding certain change in the body. Okay, from that region, okay, from that part of the body, small tissue is taken out, and that tissue is sent for detection. Okay, that is called biopsy. Okay, biopsy and histopathological studies of the tissues and blood and bone marrow test for increased cell counts in case of leukemias. Okay, that is so we can undergo biopsy or histopathological studies. That means there are certain histopathological studies, okay, by which we can identify the tissue which has transformed into a cancerous, or we can also the blood test and the bone marrow test for increased cell counts in case of leukemia. Okay, that means how we are able to detect. Okay, how we are able to detect the blood cancers like leukemia means okay, by counting the okay different okay by counting this okay this lymphocytes, okay, the by counting the lymphocytes that are present in the blood. That means the cell okay the lymphocyte count will be increased in the persons who are suffering from a blood cancer like leukemia. So in biopsy, already I told you, in biopsy, a piece of the suspected tissue cut into thin sections is stained and examined under microscope. So that means whichever the part, because okay, some part okay, we suspect that some part might be transformed into cancer tissue. So whichever the tissue you find it transformed, okay, that small portion of that tissue is taken out and it is cut into small pieces. Okay, that is the small slices or sections, and later they are properly stained and later okay, examined under the microscope. That is histopathological studies by a pathologist. Okay, by a pathologist. Okay, that means okay. And next, techniques like radiography, that is use of X-rays, CT scan, that is a computed tomography. Okay, computed tomography, and MRI, that is magnetic resonance imaging, are very useful to detect cancers of the internal organs. Okay, that means if they are okay, if any tumors are observed on the gene, so if the tumors are identified, then the tumors we can go with biopsy. Okay, we can go with biopsy. And next, if you identify, okay, and next, if it is a blood cancer, okay, by stain, okay, by observing the cell count, by observing the cell count in which the cell count is increased. By that we can able to detect this blood cancers like leukemia. And if the cancers are observed within the body, within the internal organs of the body, okay, that one we can observe the tumors outside. Okay, the tumors are present inside. So how we are able to detect means for that we can use X-rays, or we can use CT scan, that is a computed tomography, or we can use MRI scan, that is a magnetic resonance imaging. So these three, by using these three techniques, okay, we can identify the cancer of internal organs. Okay, when you observe, the computed tomography uses X-rays to generate a three-dimensional image. Okay, computed tomography uses X-rays to generate a three-dimensional image of the internals of an object. That means, okay, that means when you observe this, okay, CT scan. Okay, this is CT scan by using X-rays. Okay, it will give a three-dimensional structure of the internal organs. So when you are observing, okay, if you find any tumors or any change in the structure of that internal organ, then we can okay, undergo biopsy. So primarily we can identify any tumors or any change in the shape or structure or function of that physiological function of that organ. And later, okay, whichever the part that is undergone certain change, okay, from that part, small tissue is extracted by a small surgery. And next, that tissue is undergone biopsy, that is detected. Okay, so that's how we can able to identify. There is computed tomography uses X-rays to generate a three-dimensional image of the internal organs of an object. At the same time, when you observe the MRI, that is a magnetic resonance imaging, it is strong magnetic fields and a non-ionizing radiations to accurately detect the pathological and physiological changes in the living tissue. So that means the pathological, physiological changes. Okay, if you want to identify any pathological and physiological changes that are taking place in the internal organs, then we can make use of this MRI, that is magnetic resonance imaging. Okay, so that is, and next, another way by which we can able to detect is antibodies against cancer specific antigens are also used for detection of certain cancers. So how we are able to detect different types of diseases like typhoid, cholera, okay, or malaria, or okay, HIV, by using, okay, presence of antibodies in our body, okay, against specific and okay pathogens. Okay, in the same manner in our body also, okay, this cancer specific antibodies are also present when cancerous tissues are developed in our body. So these antibodies against cancer specific antigens are also used for detection of certain cancers. So by observing the specific antibodies for cancerous antigens, okay, we can also detect the presence of cancer in our body. Okay, there is so the antigen antibody interaction test like ELISA, okay, can also be employed for detecting the cancer. And next, techniques of molecular biology can be applied. Okay, techniques of molecular biology are also applied to detect the genes in individuals with inherited susceptibility to certain cancers. Okay, that means here, okay, the cancer is not transmitted from parents to children, but okay, there are certain genes. Already we said no, proto-oncogenes or oncogenes, okay, which are primarily responsible for the occurrence of cancer, or which are involved in the transformation of normal cells into cancerous cells. Okay, we can able to detect okay, the presence of these proto-oncogenes, which are getting transmitted from a okay, generation to generation. Okay, that means there is a chance of transfer, that is susceptibility, okay, inherited susceptibility to certain cancers. So that means okay, because we all know very well cancer is caused because of change in the genetic material, that is the change in the DNA. So is there any genes that are present in the parents? That means here that the genes are not transferring, okay, directly. The genes which are responsible for cancer are not directly transferring. What happens? There are certain genes which are involved in conversion of normal genes into proto-oncogenes. Okay, that the genes, whether they are present in parents, okay, and there is a chance of transfer of such genes to the next generation. So we'll able to, okay, we can able to detect such genes in the human by using molecular biology. Okay, that is a recombinant DNA technology. By using recombinant DNA technology, in that a technique called PCR, that is a polymerase chain reaction. Okay, polymerase chain reaction, okay, which we'll study in the biotechnology chapter. Okay, that is a technique which is employed by using molecular biology. Okay, by using that PCR technique, we can able to identify such genes. Okay, that is so identification of such genes which predispose an individual to certain cancers. That means if we are able to identify such genes, we can okay understand that this person in the future he may have, okay, he may develop certain cancers. Okay, that means okay, when you observe, okay, for suppose if a parent okay, male parent or female, okay, father or mother, okay, is having certain cancer. So this cancer is caused because of certain genes that are present in the father. Okay, father is from certain cancer. Okay, why? Okay, the doctors want to identify what is the reason for this cancer. Then what they will do? They isolate the DNA and they identified certain genes which are responsible for the conversion of this normal cells into cancerous cells. Then what they will do? Okay, they will also test for the okay, for their children. So whether the such genes are present in that person or not. Okay, in the children, okay, if the children are also having similar genes, then there is a chance of occurrence of more the cancer in that children also. So that is so identification of such genes which predispose an individual to certain cancers may be very helpful in prevention of cancer. So as we are able to aware of okay, such a genes which are able to convert a normal cells into cancerous cells in the children also, then we can take few steps so that we can prevent the occurrence of cancer in those persons. Okay, and that can be done by using molecular biology. And next, such individuals may be advised to avoid exposure to particular carcinogens to which they are susceptible. So that means already the parents are affected with cancer. So because of certain chemical substances which they are exposed, that is a okay, that is mainly responsible for the occurrence of cancer in the parents. So what we have to do? Okay, that means in the children, the children are okay. We have to prevent the children exposing to such chemicals which will develop cancerous cells in the children, so that we can so that we can prevent the occurrence of cancer in the children also. Okay, that is example tobacco smoke in case of lung cancer. Okay, tobacco is very important. Carcinogen which is involved in causing of lung cancers in most of the people. Okay, there is so these are the different ways by which there is biopsy. Okay, biopsy, and next okay, by using X-rays, by using CT scan, by using MRI scan, and next by using molecular biology. Okay, and by using antigen antibody interaction test, okay, we can also able to detect the cancers, occurrence of cancer in the people. Okay, that is. And next, treatment of cancer. How to treat a cancer? Okay, treatment of cancer. The common approaches to treatment of cancer are surgery. Okay, the common approach for cancer are surgery, radiation therapy, and immunotherapy. Okay, there are three main ways by which we can cure the cancer. Okay, the treatment for cancer can be given. First one is surgery, radiation therapy, and immunotherapy. Okay, surgery means mainly for benign tumors, because they will not spread, they are confined to certain regions. Through small surgery, those tumors which are developed at a particular region, those tumors are removed. Okay, that is surgery. And the next one is the radiation therapy. In radiotherapy, tumor cells are irradiated lethally, taking proper care of the normal tissues surrounding the tumor. That means wherever the tumors are developed. Okay, that means in that tumor, the tumor consists of cancerous cells. So these cancerous cells are exposed to certain harmful rays, either X-rays or UV rays. Okay, that means the cancerous cells are exposed to these X-rays or UV rays, which will kill these cancerous cells. Okay, by taking proper care of the normal cells. That means will not irradiate the normal cells are not exposed to this harmful rays. Okay, only the tumor cells are only exposed, okay, to this harmful rays. Okay, so that okay, the cancerous cells will undergo death. That's why irradiated lethally. Lethally means till they undergo death. Okay, by taking proper care of the normal tissues surrounding the tumor mass. Okay, that is what we can do with the radiation therapy. And next, chemotherapy. Okay, several chemotherapeutic drugs are used to kill cancerous cells. Okay, several chemotherapeutic drugs are used to kill cancerous cells. Okay, some of these are specific for particular tumors. Okay, when you observe this chemotherapy, that means by using certain drugs or chemicals. Okay, like how we are taking tablets for different diseases. In the same manner, they will give certain chemicals, okay, in the form of tablets, which are having a lot of side effects. Okay, these drugs, okay, will target mostly the cancerous cells and destroys the cancerous cells, okay, that are present in the tumor. And next, okay, already told you a lot of side effects are there. Majority of the drugs have side effects like a hair loss, anemia, etc. Okay, we can observe those persons who are treating with cancer, okay, they lose the hair. Okay, okay, you can see after, okay, in your, okay, the Yuvraj Singh who went on this chemotherapy has lost his hair during the chemotherapy. Okay, while he was taking the treatment for this cancer after 2011 World Cup. Okay, at the time he was not feeling well. Okay, later on, okay, he went on with this chemotherapy, and okay, and he got cured for the cancer. Okay, at the time, okay, we can observe. Okay, some days he was not with the hair. Okay, because during this chemotherapy he lost hair. Okay, hair loss, and okay, and also anemia. Okay, there is a decrease in the blood count, loss of hemoglobin, like that. Okay, we'll find. Okay, anemic condition. Okay, that is, most cancers are treated by combination of surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy. Okay, generally when you observe the benign tumor, okay, mostly it is done by surgery. After surgery, what they will do means, okay, the surrounding cells are irradiated with a certain, okay, this irradiated with a certain UV rays or X-rays to kill any cancerous cells left over in that region. Okay, sorry. So that's why they are saying surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy. A combination of okay, different treatments might be taken. Sorry, there is a surgery followed by radiotherapy or surgery followed by chemotherapy. Okay, to remove any leftover cancerous cells in the body. So tumor cells have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by immune system. Okay, when you observe the tumor cells, generally the tumor cells are not nothing but our own cells. Our own normal cells have been transformed into cancerous cells. So our body, what our body maximum it will do means, they will not detect as a foreign cells because they are all developed from our own cells only. Okay, that's why tumor cells have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by immune system. So as they are developed from our own cells, so our immune cells, our immune system is finding very difficult to identify normal cells from cancerous cells. Okay, so therefore the patients are given substances called biological response modifiers such as alpha interferons, which activates their immune system and helps in destroying the tumor. Okay, so those persons who are suffering from these cancers, okay, those patients are given a substance called alpha interferon. Okay, a substance called alpha interferon, which will modifies the, okay, biological response, that is the immune system of our body, and activates our immune system and helps in the synthesis of antibodies against this cancerous cells and helps in the destruction of the tumor, or okay, removing the tumor from our body. So this alpha interferons. Okay, this alpha interferons will enhances the immune response so that our immune cells are able to detect this cancerous cells or tumors and helps in the destruction of those cancerous cells. Okay, that is how we can able to treat okay, different types of cancers, especially if you have discovered the, or if you are okay, if you have diagnosed the cancer in the early days of development of cancer. Okay, okay, because if it becomes late means it may spread to different parts of the body, and it is very difficult to treat such conditions. Okay, if you are able to detect in the early days means then okay, it might not be spread to different parts of the body, it is localized, so okay, we can able to easily. That's why the detection of cancers at the early days of a development of tumor is very, very important. Okay, that is about this cancer. Anybody is having any doubt regarding the cancer? Anybody is having any doubt regarding the cancer? Okay, next coming to the topic, drug and alcohol abuse. Okay, drugs and alcohol abuse. Okay, that means what is meant by drug and what when we call it as abuse. Okay, and next what is the effect of alcohol abuse. Okay, all will discuss under this topic. Okay, there is surveys and statistics show that the use of drugs and alcohol has been on the rise, especially among the youth. Okay, the surveys and statistics, okay, showing that the use of drugs and alcohol has been increasing, especially among the youth. That means the usage of this drugs and alcohol has been increasing since very long time, especially and this is really a cause of concern as it could result in many harmful effects. Okay, why we have to think about this drug and alcohol abuse means because it is showing a large number of harmful effects on the people. That's why we have to think about reduction of this drug and alcohol abuse. So for that, okay, the proper education and guidance would enable youth to safeguard themselves against these dangerous behavior patterns and follow healthy lifestyles. So that means the youth has to be educated, okay, and the elder people has to guide, okay, youth, okay, to avoid this alcohol, okay, drug and alcohol abuse. That means to safeguard the youth against this dangerous behavior pattern, that is okay, behavior that is okay, addicting to this drugs and alcohol, and how to develop a healthy lifestyles. Okay, we have to educate them, okay, to follow the healthy educate, okay, healthy lifestyles, so that they will not turn into this addicts. Okay, that is so that's why we have to take proper care. And next, the drugs which are commonly abused are opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids. Okay, the drugs which are commonly abused are drugs which will affect the opioid receptors that are present in the central nervous system, or cannabinoid receptors that are present in the, and some alkaloids which will affect the our body, coca alkaloids. So opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids are the most commonly abused drugs. Okay, majority of these are obtained from flowering plants. Okay, majority of these drugs are obtained from flowering plants, and some are obtained from fungi. Okay, some are obtained from fungi. Some of the drugs are obtained from fungi, but most of them are obtained from the flowering plants. These drugs. Okay, that is whatever the drugs that we are that are used. Primarily, they are used for medical purpose. For medicinal purpose, they were started, but later they are started abusing. Okay, we can see here. Okay, first we'll go with the type. Okay, different types of drugs, and later we'll go with the okay, what is their effects. Okay, opioids are the drugs. Opioids are the drugs which bind to specific opioid receptors present in our central nervous system and gastrointestinal tract. Okay, that means opioid. Okay, opioids are the drugs which will bind, that means which will affect the opioid receptors. Okay, they will bind with the specific opioid receptors present in our central nervous system and a gastrointestinal tract. Present in our central nervous system and a gastrointestinal tract. And causes certain effects. Okay, some of the opioid drugs are heroin, commonly called smack, is chemically diacetyl morphine, which is a white, odorless, bitter crystalline compound. Okay, that is when you observe the what are the common opioid drugs means heroin. Okay, this heroin is commonly called as smack. Okay, the chemical name of this drug is diacetyl morphine. Okay, when you observe here how it looks means it looks like a white, odorless. Okay, white, odorless, bitter crystalline compound. White, odorless, bitter crystalline compound. Okay, this is obtained by a acetylation of morphine. Okay, the morphine. Okay, how this heroin is obtained means the heroin is obtained from morphine by acetylation. That's why we calling it acetyl morphine. So the obtained by acetylation of morphine is extracted of poppy plant, Papaver somniferum. You know poppy seeds? Anybody know poppy seeds? You
Don't
all
know,
know.
sir.
You don't know. You know gasgasa?
Yes, sir. Gasa we know, sir.
Yes, gasgasa. Okay, which is used in making masala. Okay, while making biryani or chicken curry or okay, the non-veg curries, we use this poppy seeds. No, that gasgasa. That is nothing but that. Okay, that gasgasa seeds are obtained from this Papaver somniferum. Poppy. Okay, poppy seeds we call them. Okay, that poppy plant. from the latex of poppy plant. That means the plant is taken out and it is crushed, and that white fluid is obtained, which is called latex, and that latex we call it as a morphine. And later this morphine is estilated, that is it is heated up. Okay, it is boiled and heated up, and it is estilated and is converted into heroin, which is commonly called as smack. Okay, it is a amorphous, crystalline, bitter, white colored powder. Okay, and how it is taken in means generally taken by snorting. Okay, snorting means inside through nose and mouth. That is called snorting. And injection. Okay, it is also taken in the form of injection. Okay, into the body. That means dissolved in saline, and that liquid, which is this powder dissolved in saline, and that saline is taken as injection. Okay, when you observe the heroin is a depressant. Okay, that means it causes a depression and slows down body functions. Okay, and slows down body functions. Okay, this heroin. That means when this heroin is taken into the body, okay, either by snorting or through injection, okay, it acts as a depressant and slows down the body functions. And slows down the functions. Okay, that is about this. Okay, so opioids are the substances which will affect the opioid receptors that are present associated with the central nervous system and gastrointestinal tract. How this opioids means? The opioids are taken in the form of heroin. Heroin is a form of opioid which is commonly called as a smack, and its chemical name is a diacetyl morphine. Okay, this heroin is a white, bitter, amorphous crystalline substance. Okay, that is like powder, odorless, white, odorless, bitter in taste. Okay, and amorphous and crystalline substance. Okay, and it is prepared from morphine, which is extracted from the poppy plant in the form of latex. That is a Papaver somniferum. The scientific name of this poppy plant is Papaver somniferum. And from the latex of this plant, the morphine is obtained, and this morphine is later estilated to form diacetyl morphine, which we are calling as heroin. And this heroin is taken into our body either in the form of snorting, that is intaken, that is taken forcibly into the mouth and nose, or in the form of injection. Okay, and this heroin acts as a depressant and slows down the body functions. Okay, so that's why usually this morphine is given to the patients after surgery to relieve from the pain. Okay, this morphine is given to the patients who has underwent with the surgery to relieve from the pain, because it slows down the body. Body, as a result, the person will be relieved from the pain so that it can have a sleep. Okay, so at that time, if he is using, it is of medical purpose, but later on, okay, even after the surgery for a, okay, later also if he is continuing to take, then this is called abuse. Okay, as when he was taking for a, as a patient, it is called a drug. But when he was taking beyond that period also, then we call it as a drug abuse. Okay, so that's okay, that's how the drug abuse has been developed. Okay, in the same manner, the cannabinoids also. Cannabinoids are also a group of chemicals which interact with the cannabinoid receptors present principally in the brain. So that means the cannabinoids are also the chemicals that will interact the cannabinoid receptors present in the brain. Okay, natural cannabinoids are obtained from inflorescence of plant Cannabis sativa. Okay, you know ganja plant, scientific name of this Cannabis sativa. Okay, okay, that is so from the inflorescence, that is flower tops. Okay, from the flower tops or from the inflorescence of this cannabis. Okay, Cannabis sativa. Okay, these cannabinoids are extracted, that is the flower tops, leaves, and the resin of cannabis plant are used in various combinations to produce marijuana, hashish, charas, and ganja. That means they are, okay, they are produced in different forms. Okay, in different places they were named as different names and they are formed in different forms, and they are taken inside in the form of marijuana or in the form of hashish or in the form of charas and in the form of ganja. Okay, generally taken by inhalation or oral. Okay, either by inhalation, that means they are inhaled in, okay, through the nose, or it can be taken directly in the form of oral ingestion, that in the form of that means they are eating. Okay, these are known for their effects on cardiovascular system of the body. That means it's mainly, okay, this cannabinoids mainly shows its effect on the cardiovascular system of the body. That means mainly it affects the heart, functioning of the heart. Okay, it mainly affects the functioning of the heart, the cannabinoids. Okay, the cannabinoids are the substances, okay, which will affect the cannabinoid receptors that are present mainly in the brain. Okay, and this cannabinoids are obtained from the inflorescence of a plant called Cannabis sativa. Cannabis sativa. Okay, and this cannabinoids, okay, which are extracted from a, okay, flower tops, leaves, and resin of this Cannabis sativa are used in different forms, like marijuana, hashish, charas, and ganja. Marijuana means in northern side, in the northern part of India, okay, during Holi, okay, they will mix, okay, they will mix with the food items during that festival period. Okay, that is marijuana, in the form of marijuana. Hashish and charas, okay, in different forms, and ganja we know very well. Okay, okay, and how they are taken means they are either inhaled, that means like smoking. Okay, instead of tobacco leaves, they will place the leaves of this Cannabis sativa, the dried leaves, okay, like a cigarette they will smoke. That is inhalation or oral injection. Okay, they are taken in the form of a small balls, like will be there. Okay, small balls, okay, which are taken inside, or okay, in different forms. They will, okay, in the form of okay, and they ingest. Okay, and it affects the cardiovascular system of the body. Okay, that is okay. These are the two major drugs which are commonly abused. There is opioids and cannabinoids. Okay, okay, these both are having medicinal value, certain medicinal value, but they are more than the medicinal value, they are abusing. That means they are using more than the required, and they are getting addicted to this. Okay, that is, and some of them are there. That one we will discuss in the tomorrow class.